This is my presentation of World of Warcraft by Cheri Murray. MMORPG and WoW. MMORPG is an acronym for Massively Multiplayer Online Role-Playing Game. In a MMORPG, thousands of players exist in the same game world at the same time. Players across the globe can leave the real world behind and undertake grand quests and heroic exploits in a land of fantastic adventure. WoW, World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is a MMORPG where thousands of players adventure together in a popular, persistent game that allows you to form friendships, slay monsters, and engage in epic quests that can span days or weeks. Whether adventuring together or fighting against each other in epic battles, players will form friendships, forge alliances, and compete with enemies for power and glory. What is World of Warcraft? World of Warcraft is an online role-playing computer game that is fantasy-based. Players assume the roles of Warcraft heroes as they explore, adventure, and quest across a vast world. You can be in an alliance or a horde. You receive quests that levels your character. You can earn achievements and special skills on every even level. When you reach level 30, you receive a mount, an animal which helps you move faster. 80 is the highest level you can reach. WoW is not just doing quests, you can also duel other online players, PvP. Instances which you do in a group to clear dungeons and receive greater loot. Eventually, you will be able to raid, which you do in a group with 10, 20, or 40 people that work together to clear harder dungeons. You can also join a guild, where other players can help you with quests, dungeons, instances, and raids. Why I chose WoW. I chose WoW because my fiancé plays WoW all the time, with his friends from Montana, or with anyone else who is online. I wanted to try it because he has such a good time, and because it seems as though it is primarily a male activity. If I learn it and like it, it's something that we can play together with his friends or just us. Why I didn't participate in WoW before. I had never tried WoW before because I had never heard it until I met my fiancé. He tried to get me to play when we first started dating, but I really wasn't interested in fighting games. I had never heard of any women who played WoW, so I thought it was just for men. How frequently do females play? There is no exact way to find out, just assumptions, but the ratio of women to men gamers is changing on any fronts. 23% of male players, N equals 939, listed as character of the opposite gender as their most enjoyable character compared with 3% of female players, N equals 184. In WoW, men are about 7 to 8 times as likely to gender bend than women. The World of Warcraft, WoW, is one of such game and with approximately 8 million subscribers worldwide. It is currently the leading MMOG in America. To date, men still outnumber female players, but industry statistics show that an increasing number of women are taking up the challenge to break away from noob status. In a hypothetical pool of 1,000 players, 840 would be male players and 160 would be female players. Of the 840 male players, 193 would be playing a female character and 647 would be playing a male character. Of the 160 female players, 5 would be playing a male character and 155 would be playing a female character. Gender and age distribution. The graph plotting gender against age highlights another very important gender difference. Male players tend to be between 12 and 28, while female players tend to be between 23 and 40. Rather than categorizing MMORPG players as male and female players, it perhaps makes more sense to think of the two main groups as younger male players and older female players. The interview. I interviewed a member from the guild I am in, the Nightmares. Felina is a woman, mother, and wife. I asked her a couple of questions. Cheri. How did you get introduced into WoW? Felina. My sister actually introduced me to it. She lives far away, so it is an easy way to sort of hang out with her, as well as play with her and talk to her. Cheri. Why is WoW so addicting? Felina. I think it is addicting because, like any game, you get involved, and you never know what is going to happen next. There is something always to do. The Nightmares of Hajal. My fiancé created a guild, the Nightmares. Most of the players are coworkers and friends. Everyone else is friends of friends or random people who just wanted to join. A guild is a group of players, a clan, to achieve goals throughout the game, where you can discuss and exchange thoughts and strategies. My WoW landline party. I've invited over a few friends to engage in some World of Warcraft. Meet Sarah, one of my WoW gamer friends. Meet Ryan, my fiancé and the person who introduced me to WoW. This is Jeremy and Sarah, two friends who came over for my landline party. The challenge. The challenge that I found in the game of World of Warcraft was understanding everything, how to play, the tactics, and knowing about your character and their skills, powers, and abilities. Value of this experience. I valued this experience because this project helped me see that this game is not just a game. Although it is fun, it's different from other games. You can work together in a group or go solo and receive great rewards for the accomplished task. I also learned that women can play male-oriented games just as good, if not better, than men. I learned that you shouldn't steer away from a game just because the only people you know who play it are a different sex. Doing this only cuts you out of a fun, leisure experience. Relation to the class. In relating this game to the class, I saw that there was no worry about female apologetic here. Women participants are not worried about trying to remain feminine, as they excel and enjoy the power they gain through achieving their quests. Women are not perceived as the Victorian ideal in WoW. Most women create their own characters in various forms, none of which would be considered the Victorian ideal. Most of these characters are strong and muscular. Media gives women the impression that WoW is a man's game of war, just by the name, and that women are objects in the game. However, if you play WoW, you will find out that this is just not true. References. 3 locations where I found more information about WoW are Bump, Baby, Women in World of Warcraft, Do Real Women Play World of Warcraft? WorldofWarcraft.com, and WoW, Gender Bending, Gender and Age Distribution. I hope you enjoyed my presentation as much as I did. Please check out World of Warcraft and experience it for yourself.